You're listening to
Hot Sauce Sports with Mo Cohen, PZ Del Risi, and Terry Tam.
I now know that I'm on with a spy, depending on who's the captain of this ship. That's probably a bad thing if this podcast is supposed to go viral, isn't it?
Cordero Patterson like grabbing some shanks, gentlemen here, and I quote, "I'm a grown man. I don't need nobody blank in my balls, my face."
In my teenage years, I'd get back from high school, I'd smash 2 pizza pockets. Carmelo Anthony never learned you can't live life just smashing pizza pockets.
Because he lost a double bet, what I did is I cut a jalapeno in half, and I filled it with hot sauce. So he's going to have to slurp this down.
Why you giving me a fucking banana, dude? I'm not eating a banana. I'll rather piss in my mouth than eat this.
Okay, so there we go. Stop stalling. Let's go.
Now, here are your hosts, Mo, Terry, and PZ.
Welcome everyone, you're listening to Hot Sauce Sports.
Or
Mo Khan has still been fired. I am the host, Piz Del Ruiz. I am joined by the wonderful, the incumbent, the slightly shorter than you would expect, Clary Terry.
I ate shit last week because we had Mokana.
What do you mean?
They're like, you're really scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
That was just me saying that.
He had some good information though.
No, he was good. He was
Mo,
really good.
Mo as an interview was awesome.
No, he was awesome. He was really good.
Fuck off, dude.
I liked it because, again, so my whole thing was, yes, we're trying to do a thing that is not local, but once in a while, local stories are important to us. Montreal is important to us as people. We are sort of like card-carrying Montrealers. And so because of that, I liked having Mo on because it gave people who may not only be interested in Montreal sports a look into the window that is our misery.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The Eagle at Master Control, he is the conduit to our misery.
The condom of misery?
The conduit.
He's the condom of misery.
No, the condom of misery is
So-
Duke, our other producer.
So the condom. What
So
is the
fucking
condom of
hungover.
misery's duties?
Mm.
What does a condom of misery do? Like, why would you buy a condom of misery? Eagle.
It doesn't work and it allows childbirth.
It would fail at exactly the wrong moment
Hmm.
and then remind you your entire life.
Yeah.
It's
Like
also
every time you try
called-
to throw it away, it would suddenly appear back on your countertop
It's also called a child.
with a hole.
Or you would put it on.
that too. Yeah.
You would put it on, and it would just automatically get bigger, no matter how big your cock is. Just get bigger, just to make you feel small. Which
Like it just falls off? It just
Yeah,
always
it
falls off.
always falls off. You're like, fuck.
I've never used one, so I don't know.
We'll send you one. Amazon. You'll order one on Amazon, please. We should get Amazon
I'm
as,
on it,
as
I'm
a
on it.
We should get
sponsor.
hot sauce condoms with like spicy sauce dipped in, so
That
it burns
sounds
your
terrible
penis.
for everyone involved. That sounds terrible for everyone
Dipped
involved.
in sriracha.
I like how we're talking merch with zero budget.
Yeah.
But that's
More
how
cool.
do
That
you
would be
gain
great.
budget by spending money.
Yeah.
You got to spend money to make money, my friend.
Or to make hot sauce condoms.
Nice.
We now live in a world, ladies and gentlemen, without Bill Buckner. He passed away.
Yes.
Nice.
Unfortunately, he's going to be remembered for his error more than being a career 290 hitter, for hitting over 2,700 hits. Guy who was legitimately a good
Eagles
baseball
actually buying
player.
condoms.
Yeah, he was.
Um,
And the way ESPN reported him, they just kept playing the clip over and over.
Yeah, I know.
And
Because
I felt so sad about
because
it.
it became an adjective.
Right.
You Bucknered. You know?
yeah.
You pulled a Buckner. Became everything.
It is truly a shame because like the thing is the guy played in Major League Baseball for over 20 years. Like,
Yeah.
he had an incredible career. He felt exiled from the city of Boston. He had to leave town.
Yeah.
Um,
It's tough.
just a tough life to live after.
It reminds me of the Curb Your Enthusiasm scene.
Yeah.
Which one? The one where he catches the baby?
Well, yeah, exactly.
No, I'm thinking about that's a great one.
Yeah.
Because he kind of redeems himself.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm thinking about the one where he wasn't even in the scene. It's when Larry David's playing for Yari's Autonomics,
Mhm.
the softball, and he kind of did the Buckner, and then Yari yells at him, "You Bucknered me! You fucknered me!" I love it. It's one of my favorite scenes.
I mean, that the one thing that we will remember in his passing and now honoring the great player he was is that life is very precious, and at any moment it could slip between your legs. And with that,
Guy
The
had a
weekly
great
news.
stash. Great stash.
Jesus Christ, that's good. All-time good stuff. All-time.
Not as good as my dad's. Though. My dad's got a porno stash.
Nobody knows your dad.
But I'm just saying, he's got a porno stash.
Can we call Terry's dad?
Get him on Skype.
I mean, we could.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
think we
you
should,
probably
but we
won't even know
definitely
how to
could.
answer.
That would be amazing.
What do I do, Teddy?
Gentlemen, the NHL playoffs has begun.
Yes.
The Boston Bruins,
Thankfully, because
the good guys, the Bruins, of 1-0, and Pam can go fuck herself.
Jenna Fisher, Pam.
So as a podcast, we are rooting for the Bruins.
We are.
Awesome.
Listen, majority rules.
No.
Always got to be counterculture. Why can't you
No.
just be a team player?
Because I'm going for rooting for the underdog.
I've never rooted for the Bruins as a Montreal Canadiens fan. I've never.
Am I
rooted for the
wrong for
Bruins.
rooting for the underdog?
Yes, because Jenna Fisher is rooting for the Blues.
So
And
I have
we hate
nothing-
the character she played
I
once
have
on a
nothing
TV
against
show.
the Bruins. I
Look,
actually think they're a fantastic team.
You got to be brew in, not brew out.
yeah, don't be brew out.
So I'm blued
Don't be
in.
brewed
I'm
out.
blued in.
Brew
I'm
in.
with John Hamm.
No,
'cause
we're
John
blued
Hamm.
out.
John Hamm's got a fucking piece on him, and I want to be on the right side of that piece, not on the wrong side. You know what I mean?
Which is fair.
Yeah.
Which is fair, but again, just our hatred of the rendition of that character that Jenna Fisher played on The Office.
But I
That's
like
too
Pam
strong.
anyway. I don't know.
Well, you're wrong. You're simply wrong.
To put this Stanley Cup Finals in context, so there was a nice tweet from someone at Jediah412 saying, "Imagine being a Blues fan. You've never won the cup. You've waited 49 years to even get a crack at it. Everyone is rooting for you. Now is your time." And then, contrastly, imagine being a Bruins fan. You're an asshole,
I've seen
and
that.
everyone hates you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Pretty
much.
accurate. But I don't know. I'm going for the Blues.
Like, I hate all of Boston sports.
Yeah, I mean,
I
the
don't
last,
hate the Boston
last
sports.
parade they had for championship was literally 3 months ago.
Yeah,
So why should that affect the Bruins?
that's a good point. It's not their fault.
Brew in, don't brew out.
That's true.
So
Bruin.
I'm rooting for the Blues because it's a good story. Last place, January 2nd. You know, nobody thought they were going to make it. They're in the Stanley Cup Finals. Bennington, he was playing.
Terry said they were a one-line team. on
No,
the
I
show.
said that about the Bruins.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, the Bruins. My mistake. That's
I
true.
didn't say that about the Blues. I know the Blues have depth, if anything else. No, I said that about Colorado. Sorry, not about the Bruins. Colorado is a one-line team. That's why they're not in anymore. But I just think that the Bruins they're a better team, better playoff team. They're built for the playoffs. But the Blues, man, they're huge. They play well. They did play well this week, except they haven't played a team like the Bruins.
But how can you cheer for the Bruins when Pam led Jim on for all those years?
What do you mean lead him on?
She led
They're
him on for
married.
years. Well, not the beginning, not the first couple of seasons.
She didn't lead him. She was engaged. It's his
Oh,
fault.
so what you're saying is
It's his fault for trying to
You're
jump in.
cheering for the Blues, even though Pam cheated on her fiance.
She didn't cheat.
I mean, they kind of made out.
But
at the
he
Christmas
kissed her,
party.
and she's like, "Don't fucking talk to me anymore."
Oh, so then what you're saying is she was like quote unquote in love with this guy, but yet kicked him to the curb. That's who you're cheering for.
Yeah.
That's who you're cheering for.
But then she's like, "You know what? I'm good with you. I don't want to be with this guy anymore."
look at the Valentine's Day.
What's his name
episode.
again? The
Jim
boyfriend?
Halpert.
No, the boyfriend. The
Roy.
Roy.
Roy. When he got mad, I was like, "Yeah."
Do you remember towards
He should
the
have
end-
punched him.
Remember towards the end when they reconnect and then he's got it all going on. He's got a good job, great
Roy?
wife. Yeah.
I'm at season 8, episode 18 or something.
Yeah. Plus, the Blues have no real grit because, like, Pam didn't finish art school. So, if they look, you expect to go into the corners, you expect to dig out the puck. When Pam didn't finish art school,
Well,
art school is like
Jim-
the easiest
well,
school to finish.
Jim
Not finish
Jim
high school.
refused the
we have
management
two
position.
people on this show who finished art school.
I finished high school, man. I don't know how. It was
Jim-
with Hayes, but I finished it.
Jim refused the management job because it was nice and quiet in the office, which then gave Dwight the job, and then he shot Andy. So who you tell me?
But you know why?
Who's the bigger
It's
asshole?
Because he was always so self-consumed with, man, this woman's making my life a living hell.
That's what it is, huh?
That he couldn't make great decisions, like the Blues.
Anyway, so I'm going for the Blues. Game 2 is gonna be a nice game. It's still gonna be in Boston. So, but I think they're gonna tie it. I think it's gonna be 1-1.
Do we have a preferred brand of condoms?
I heard Durex is good.
So I can get you the extra sensitive ones.
Extra small.
Those
what?
ones always rip.
They
say that.
are 1,000 pack, and
the
it's
fuck?
only $500.
But
So
are
it's
they,
only
hot
for
sauce?
Personalized?
No, they're not personalized.
Are they
what's
hot
the point
They're
sauce?
not going to
1,000
embroider
condoms?
them. It defeats the purpose then. If you're
But
poking holes in all the
500
condoms.
$500 for 1,000 condoms.
Yeah, but can't we just...
You can just print on them though.
Yeah.
Oh, but wait, how about the package? We could put a logo on the package.
But how are you going to print? Oh, you mean like as they're producing them?
I thought that's
So
what you're totally looking for. Who's going to buy 1,000 condoms without a logo on it?
Well, Terry has a lot of sex.
Sure.
You just,
I'm also married, so
So that's not
if
true.
I'm using condoms, you have a problem. What was I gonna say? Yeah, Blues. I got Blues in the second game tonight. Actually, starting in a bit.
So are we doing live updates from
Well, it
an
starts at
online show?
8, so then there won't be the first goal until 8:02.
when the Bruins score.
Yeah, and then we'll play. Keep up.
We'll see. We'll see if we're still on there by then. Which I didn't start the clock again. Terry, your favorite championship, however, must be undoubtedly the bandwagon bowl that is the NBA championship, the championship
It
for
is.
the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
It is the bandwagon bowl.
Two teams of who you would consider bandwagon fans:
Yeah,
the Raptors
and the Warriors.
and the Warriors.
So they both have their contingent, right? Their real strong fan base, which every sports team does. If you don't have a strong fan base, then
Then you're going to be moved to
to
Washington,
a team that has
and you'll be the Nationals.
pretty much. But they do have obnoxious bandwagoners.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be the battle of who's more
But I never
obnoxious.
understood like why like diehard fans hate the bandwagoners. Like listen, if the Miami
Well, it's
Dolphins
good
are
for
ever
the
good, they won't be. But if they're ever good, and other people like start supporting a team and be like, yeah, it's awesome being a Dolphins fan for once. You should enjoy it.
Why?
If they're good, I'm saying.
Oh,
if they were
okay.
ever, like if that were, I'll never have this experience.
Okay, so for me,
Because
I
as
don't
a
care.
Mets and Dolphins fans, it's tough. It's tough.
Well, I don't know if it's bandwagon, but they are the only team in Canada, and I mean, we do tend to rally towards.
But are
teams
they-
that
are they
that
really-
that are great in
Dude,
Canada?
if all this support had begun 5 years ago, even 3 years ago, I wouldn't have said a fucking peep. But the fact that as soon as Kawhi got here, because he's top
But not
five
even
in the
because
league,
at first, I'm telling you, there was a sentiment of disappointment when Kawhi Leonard
Yes.
was traded for DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, people in this country don't understand the sport
it's
of basketball.
like when people got upset when the Habs traded for Weber. Much better
No,
player.
but that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to get at here is that I think your definition of bandwagon in this sense, it's a bit different for what I'm trying to get at.
It's a wagon that you put
Generally,
the band
generally Canadian fans are very excited about the Raptors, and that's why we're kind of throwing ourselves at them and supporting them.
generally.
Perhaps
yeah.
a
That's what
wagon
it
where
is.
you
Which
put elastic
most-
bands.
which
and
I
most
am
of-
okay with.
And as of today, most of America are polled to be, on the side of the Raptors as well, because no one wants to see the Warriors
I
win.
will be supporting the Toronto Raptors.
A wagon with band-aids.
My problem is the fan that acts as if they've only bled and breathed the Raptors, and that fuck everybody else. All you guys are shit. No.
Basically Drake.
We're the best. Drake, Drake, and all his fucking little
So
followers.
I kind of like Drake more after this whole thing. Just
No,
'cause
I don't mind.
It looks like he's interested in something other than making poppy hits for the charts.
No, but I said it a couple weeks ago. I don't mind like the rubbing of the shoulders,
I
the
mean, look,
yelling, the celebrating. I don't mind that.
If Nick Nurse didn't like it, because like here's my thing. Technically, isn't that like sexual harassment? Because doesn't Drake own part of the Raptors? And so isn't it
No,
like
he doesn't own
workplace
anything.
harassment? He does. He has a
Oh,
stake.
Wait,
He's considered
Eagle.
an ambassador or whatever.
massages are workplace harassment?
Yes.
Okay, I gotta go, guys.
You're getting a letter in the mail. Hot sauce
So
letter.
apparently the NBA, as of today as well, the NBA warned Raptors about Drake's presence on the sideline.
God.
Because
we
they
all
said
know
he's
what that
on,
means.
he came on the court a few times.
Yeah,
That's why.
he crossed
That's
the
true.
line.
Yeah, so he's been on
Like,
the court a few
crossed the
times.
actual line, not
But
crossed the
my
line.
problem is with him is that you're yelling as if you played the game. Like you're yelling as if you sunk that free throw. He's yelling at Yanni.
But don't all fans do that?
But what do they say? But he yelled at him. He's like, "Don't talk shit about me." Legit, nobody gives a fuck
The question is, did
about a
Dra-
guy who hit an air ball in
did,
practice.
did Drake's antics? Do you think affected Giannis though?
I think so. Yeah,
I think so.
he's a young kid. He's a young kid.
But like, how do you deal with the fact that like if you're Giannis and you're probably into culture and stuff like we are as well,
Yeah,
and like I mean I find Drake pretty cool, and so like I like Drake songs,
yeah.
and so like then he's like yelling and talking shit about me, and be like, man, I don't want Drake to talk shit about me. Like
I like this guy.
I like this guy. Like how do you
Um,
like that? Must be a weird feeling, right?
No, but I'm okay. I'm okay with him doing the Spike Lee thing. I'm fully okay with that.
Yeah.
There was certain lines that he crossed. Like it was all about him. Where Spike Lee never made it about him.
I'm,
It's
tell-
Spike-
I'm
it's-
telling you now that if Drake continues this against the Warriors and Steph Curry and Draymond are going to Reggie Miller him, I'm telling you now.
So I became a Pacers fan from
right,
that.
right.
Well, I remember
Right.
watching it, and I became a Pacers fan basically because of that, and because Reggie Miller turned to Spike Lee and went like this. So that's part of the game. I'm okay with that. But Spike Lee didn't get up, didn't yell, didn't laugh in somebody's face with him, missed a free throw, didn't come on the court. None of that. I just think that Drake took it from whatever it is and he embellished it by 100. And now the
I just
fans are
think-
like, if he's doing it, I'm gonna do it too.
I just think that there's more access to people's lives than there ever was. So
Also
like,
very
there
true.
was a lot of things we probably didn't see from Spike Lee on the sidelines. That
That's
like
true.
now there's a million cameras and there's social media and people feel like stars feel more empowered to.
They shouldn't be relevant. People on the fans shouldn't be relevant in a game. Shouldn't be relevant on a
It's ju-
broadcast.
but
it's what
the thing
people
is-
watch for.
But that's the thing that makes the NBA kind of special too, in that like fans are literally on the court.
Yeah, it's true.
In
Very
no
true.
other sport are fans on the playing surface.
Yeah, they're that close. But
And-
anyway, so like the two Bucks fans that have season tickets right behind, they're always yelling boo boo like at the free throw. That's okay.
So there was a moment in this series, I think it was Game 2 where the Bucks had won, and everyone was talking about, oh, this is it, the Raptors are done. I remember looking at that roster.
All those Raptors fans said the same thing.
But I
by the way.
remember looking at that roster, the Bucks roster, and just telling myself, aside from Giannis, there's no one there that I really trust in the playoff setting. And it's not to say that the Raptors.
Oh, you mean
were
Ilyasova
great.
isn't a guy you would
No,
go to?
but I mean like there were a lot of guys in teams like Middleton was great the whole season, but he's an okay player. You
I find
had
Bledsoe
also
really
Brook,
took-
Brook Lopez can hit a three from
Brooks is the
far.
only person that I would have trusted.
Then there was also there's
Well,
basically a lot of guys on
Bledsoe-
the team. You're
Bledsoe
like
was
thinking, basically the Bucks can really use one really solid polished player like a Chris Paul, for example.
Yeah.
And the Rocks are talking about trading him. And I could see a guy like that.
They don't need
helping them
another
out.
They don't
guard,
need
though.
another
Maybe
guard.
not that, but I think they just need a bit more polish to
You have
go
to-
along with Giannis.
You can choose 2 out of the 3 that you
'Cause
have now.
it just
and
didn't
2 of them
scare
would be
me.
fine.
That whole roster did not. Even Brogdon as
Well,
great
Brogdon's
as he
also
is.
he's fighting his own health
Yeah.
at this point. Like he's not been healthy for most of the
Whereas
season.
you look at the Raptors roster, and if they have Ibaka and they can match any tall lineup. They can have Ibaka
So here's-
and Gasol on and
We'll see what happens.
Kawhi at the same
And-
time.
and
It's a
so
massive lineup, and
I-
everyone could hit 3.
I wrote an article about how I thought the Warriors were not going to win the NBA championship this season on Hot Sauce Sports.
Yeah.
.ca.
Well, you said that it was going to be their last series that you're going to win.
Yeah.
Against the Rockets, and then
Well-
the Rockets won, and then the Rockets lost.
Fine, but anyway, the point is no, but I said that they would beat the Rockets, but that would be the last series they won. But then they would beat the Blazers, but the Blazers don't count. The thing is, I said in that article that the biggest challenges would come from the East, and I feel that a lot of people just don't understand defensive basketball and how rotations and so Nick.
Like movement without the ball, you know.
Well, yeah, exactly. So like what Nick Nurse did from Game 3 onwards was not just putting Kawhi on Antetokounmpo. What he did was they put Kawhi on Antetokounmpo. That's the right move off the bat.
100%.
But also, what they did was they rotated a secondary defender to his offhand every time he got into the paint, and they rotated defense to allow sort of like you would see the offside defensive 3 be open now and again, and Milwaukee would hit it. And the reason why is Toronto was literally giving that shot to say, all right, penetrate, and we're gonna box you in. And they
Every
took
ti-
a
every
very
time he was-
efficient shooter and made him very inefficient.
Every time he was in the paint, it seemed like there was 3 bodies on him right away.
Yep.
It was basically the only thing I can remember is basically like what Greece did to Zidane in
And
the
there
2004
were
Euro.
moments where he's trying to pass out, find an outlet, and they had everything covered.
Yeah.
Except for the backside, which is hard for him to get the ball to,
And-
because he has Kawhi in his face.
And there's also movement.
Against the Warriors, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to have that same approach.
But it won't be the same approach. What they can do, again, what changes the series is if KD is there.
Yeah, and
Because
also Draymond apparently.
Why? They're 31-1 without him.
Well, because Kawhi. So can they win with just Klay Thompson and Draymond?
100%.
No. they can't.
Listen, I think that
because
I think the Raptors.
Steph Curry's going to be
I'm
challenged
not-
by Kawhi.
I'm not on the narrative that it's Warriors 100%. I'm not on that at all. I'm not even
I think they're going to lose the series.
not even 50%.
I think they're going to lose the series.
I believe in Toronto in this series. I really
think
do.
so. I think people don't understand defensive basketball to realize the impact that Kyle Lowry has,
Yeah.
the impact that Marc Gasol has,
Yeah.
the impact that Serge Ibaka has off the bench,
So my
the impact that obviously
Siakam.
Kawhi that we know, but Siakam's an incredible defender,
very good.
long and
So
quick.
my thing is that what you just said. Obviously, they're going to adjust. They're going to make a different game plan because it's two
it
different
won't
styles.
be it won't be the same defense.
So who's going to be able to cover Steph Curry from 37 yards out?
Kawhi
37
Leonard.
feet out.
he's
okay.
your shutdown
So
defender.
then you have Clay, right?
Okay.
Okay.
beat us with Clay and Draymond.
So
is what they'll say.
all they're going to have to do is just shoot threes, basically,
Mhm.
and then anything.
But
down
they're going to
low.
be challenged
Oh, 100%.
because again, the athleticism and speed, like upgrading from Valanciunas to Gasol gives them more athleticism.
Yeah.
Like Kyle Lowry's a better defensive point guard than people give him credit for.
Oh, for sure.
Kawhi Leonard is a monster on defense. Siakam, Ibaka, all these
Oh.
guys are very good perimeter and interior defenders.
Same Kyle Lowry that all these people wearing Kyle Lowry jerseys now wanted him traded.
Yeah. Well, he needs to be traded to deal with that cap hit next season. But anyway, that's
That's
next
different.
season.
If it turns into a shootout, the Warriors win.
The Warriors will win. The Raptors need a game like we saw in Game 6, where about 100 to 94, like that kind of win.
anything
That kind of game, Toronto will win.
Anything over 95 is going to be a Warriors game.
100-ish, 120, 105,
It's tough to say.
I do
So-
have to say though
So
that
I don't hate a Raptors in 7 because they'll win it at home.
I do have to say that the Raptors are a really intriguing betting option.
Yeah.
What is it
Game
now?
one. I'll have a look.
I'll put money on the Raptors winning the series.
I'm looking it up.
All right.
Looking it up. You can move on. I'll look it up.
In
No,
the
we're just
meantime-
gonna wait. We're
You're
gonna
just
wait and
staring
watch.
at me awkwardly.
In the meantime, LeBron James has started his recruiting party.
Saw that?
The King has hosted Tristan Thompson, Chris Paul, and Russ Westbrook this week.
His picture.
That's it is a great picture.
Toronto is plus 235.
235. Eh?
Golden State minus 280.
So you got to put 100 to win 235.
Mm.
That's tough, man. First game like that, it's the kind of game where you think you might bet. That's for
Give us the series.
series.
Yeah.
For the series.
Yeah.
So even Vegas thinks it's
You have a
closer than-
29.9% chance of winning the series.
It's only the bets have been balanced. That's why,
Yeah.
because a lot of people bet on the Warriors at first.
Do you also want to find out who the chances of the
Sorry, a lot of
the
people bet on the
MVP?
Raptors.
MVP? Steph Curry,
Kawhi
number 1,
second.
Kawhi 2, Draymond Green 3, Kevin
Yeah.
Durant 4, and Klay Thompson 5.
How is Kevin Durant
Well, 'cause
ahead
he
of
might
Klay
not
Thompson?
play-
Because he's injured, and you're not
How
sure
is he
he's
ahead
gonna
of
play.
Klay Thompson?
Because
if
Klay
he's not
Thompson's
gonna-
not going to be.
Iguodala
No,
is
it's either
after.
It's gonna be Curry. It's gonna be
I
Curry
wonder
or
if DeMarcus
Kawhi.
Cousins is
Depends
going to be
on
back for the series. Because
No, no, they'll probably dress him, but he won't play.
It'll be tough.
Yeah,
It'll be tough. But anyway, so
that was a
LeBron.
shit show, man.
LeBron,
that boogie story.
I feel like he's targeting the wrong free agents. If it's Chris Paul and Russ Westbrook,
Well, why not Westbrook?
well, maybe Westbrook. But will Westbrook play without the ball?
You can't. Those two will never work together.
That's the problem.
Nah,
Because
nah.
LeBron.
I don't think he's targeting. I think it just so happened that they're getting together.
It's
They,
just
they all
the-
played on Team USA together.
Well, and like Chris Paul is famously friends with LeBron James,
That's it. Yeah.
and Tristan Thompson is
Was friends with LeBron
represented
James
by LeBron James as his agent.
too. Okay, there you go.
Um,
He is real.
Well,
His agency.
the agency we all know LeBron secretly owns represents Tristan Thompson and
Who,
got him a max contract.
CAA, whatever.
No, I don't
No?
remember the name
Okay.
of the agency.
No, he doesn't
Eagle.
own CAA for sure. No.
I'm on it.
Or
CAA
so one
is
of the
like the-
producers.
CAA is like the biggest talent agency
Yeah.
in the world.
I said I'm on it, but I don't know what I'm looking up.
So LeBron James
who represents LeBron
agency.
James and Tristan
Tristan
Thompson.
Isn't it Clutch Sports?
Clutch Sports. That's it.
Ah,
Thank
I've
you.
never heard of him.
Yeah, it's
Now I
the
can
shadow
Never heard of
agency.
you, bud.
Fuck off.
Um,
Fuck off.
But so, what do you think? Like,
I saw a stat that Boston is the sexiest accent in North America.
No way.
No, if you're a girl and you sound like you have the Boston accent, my dick will become a lot smaller than it already is.
Put it in my pussy, bud.
it's difficult because it's not very big to begin with. So the thing is, who do you think then, if not truly Chris Paul and Russ Westbrook, who do you think
Kyrie.
he is targeting this offseason?
Kyrie.
Kyrie?
Yeah,
I think Kyrie, Kawhi, but I honestly don't think Kawhi is leaving.
I think Kawhi's leaving. I'll put whatever you want on the line. He's
But I
leaving.
don't understand why.
It's the way the NBA is.
Okay, which
Yeah.
is what.
They don't give a fuck. There's no loyalty in NBA.
But it's not about loyalty. I think
Yeah.
it's actually just a good workplace.
I agree.
They're going to be able to. offer him-
shovel snow, man.
But he's not going to shovel.
I know.
snow.
We all know this.
Again, his lifestyle is not our lifestyle.
It's not the same as the
There
guy
is,
who lives
there
in
is like as much as
fucking-
we make fun of Drake, there is sort of like that.
Drake
that-
doesn't live in Toronto though.
Well, but he spends
Must have a
lot
condo in
of time
Toronto.
there.
Yeah,
Like, he's still from
but he lives
there.
in Miami.
Yeah,
But I don't know, man. I don't see it. I just don't see him signing. I see if he has the same offer because
I
he's
think
gonna
he-
get the same offer from two different teams.
Drake-
and he's gonna choose the one closer to LA.
Drake has a $6.7 million mansion in Toronto.
Mansion.
Yeah.
He probably has 4 of those.
by the way, if the cost of housing in Toronto is the size of our studio,
The house right next to it, $21 million.
so maybe Drake needs to.
Why
sign
would you
for
want to
that.
live next to Drake? By the way, that sounds terrible.
Well, I mean, I guess so. Yeah, I can don't imagine Drake having wild parties.
Well, it's probably so, but the house is probably so big you don't even hear the music coming from the house.
Like he's champagne poppy. Not
and why do we
Hennessy
assume
poppy.
that he just has parties every night?
I don't think he does.
Yeah, I don't think he's that type of guy.
And if he does, why would they be in Toronto?
Fuck, see, Eagle. That's why you're smart. That's why you're the nerd.
That's true.
The nerd dog. He's Andy Bernard.
Do you think LeBron will be successful in acquiring talent?
Yes, I
Totally.
think you will. Absolutely. I think he has to be. It's like he's gonna the way especially it's set up now. If he's in LA, if he looks at the West, the West is kind of open now. Somebody can take over because the Warriors aren't going to be the same team that they are this year.
We were talking a little bit before about how the Rockets they announced recently that they are willing to trade basically any player except for Harden. They didn't say except for Harden, but they basically
They want to add a lot of people.
They said that basically a lot of people are on the table. So Chris Paul could potentially be a really good add-on for the Lakers,
Agreed.
but would you do it seeing the fact that he's 34 years old and he has $120 million left on that contract?
But I will say this, Pelinka, especially with all the heat that he's been getting into now with this whole Magic Johnson garbage, he's going to want to go.
backstabber.
He's going to want to go big. He's going to want to go big. And
I
34-year-old to me this year is a 34-year-old this year, but next year I don't need him as long as they win.
I mean, so you understand how age works.
Yeah,
That's
you
fair.
could be 34 in 1 year, and then you're not that age the year after.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Terry wins.
Nor were you that age the year before as well. So you're stuck in that
trains
34.
leave a station, and your math teacher is 8 years older than you.
So let me give you a theoretical here. LeBron James, Jimmy Butler, Chris Paul. Does that challenge the Rockets, and does that challenge the Rockets without Chris Paul, and does that also challenge the Warriors?
The Warriors without Kevin Durant.
Right.
Then
So-
yes.
Because
But
Kevin
what
Durant's
do
going
you-
to the Knicks.
But what do you do with the rest of the cast in the Lakers, the Balls and the...
Well,
To
most
be
of them
honest,
would be traded
they
out.
got a lot worse when Lonzo Ball wasn't there.
Yeah, Lonzo Ball is a good player. I find.
He's-
I never understood the hate on him.
So
He's
let's
a- well, just-
imagine that most
it's
of them are traded away.
It's just because everyone, people
Expected
like
more.
it when people
Fail.
fall in line.
Yeah.
And his dad is not a guy who falls in line. His dad literally caused no harm to anybody.
His dad also needed to shut the fuck up.
But why? Who cares?
no, but like,
But why?
I feel like it
But
for
who is
his
he
son.
hurting? Who is he hurting?
For his son.
But
He hurted his son.
Who is he hurting in real terms?
He hurted
Who
his
is-
son.
who is being hurted? Like in real terms. Who's
meant-
going to jail? Who's getting killed?
Okay,
Who's dying at the hands
obviously
of LeVar Ball?
He's not a bad person.
So then who cares?
He put pressure on his kid that he didn't need to put.
Who was performing in the NBA?
But didn't perform.
Didn't perform up to the expectation that his
I
dad set him up
disagree.
for.
That's
Everyone
set up
knew-
by his father.
But everyone knew he wasn't a shooter. He's a good ball distributor. He's got good court vision. He's great in transition. He's a very
Okay,
good defender.
I'm gonna put it this way. Okay, so the ball, he plays a sport. He knows he's very good at. He's obviously very good at. He got to this point. He was
Second
second
overall
overall pick. Maybe that was pumped up a bit by his dad, but either way, he was a second overall pick. There's people in place that make these picks for a reason. So his second overall pick, he gets to the Lakers.
Although it was Magic
He
Johnson
can't-
and Rob Pelinka.
He can't make his own decisions because his father's too loud. He can't.
But isn't that
He constantly-
that's only his family's issue though?
No, but listen, constantly his father's in the media saying if Ball doesn't get the ball, if Lonzo doesn't get the ball, or if he's not number one, he's gonna go somewhere else. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that. Lonzo Ball was never able to do. He's never able to feel comfortable in his own skin because he had somebody breathing down his neck.
But maybe that's by design. Maybe
It
his
happens-
dad is the meat shield so that nobody like you
The
can't.
mo-
the
the
But
most
they wouldn't
successful
have
people-
needed to be a meat shield if he hadn't said anything.
yeah,
He would have
the
just
most-
been another player in the
but
NBA that was
that's
good.
the most
So what
successful
you're
people.
saying is, so what you're saying is, as long as he behaves the way I want him to.
No, that's not what we're saying.
Well,
No.
that's absolutely just
No,
saying.
he could
We're
have
saying
acted
that
like Drake.
If you're gonna talk a big game,
Which
you
I
have to
also
show
agree
up.
with.
And he didn't show
Yeah.
up, and now it looks bad on him.
I don't think he didn't.
He
show
could have-
up.
he could have-
I think that people who are short-sighted, like my producer, believe he
Me?
didn't show up. Yeah,
I'm not. I'm so not sure.
specifically you.
Kevin Durant going in your
Because you clearly weren't paying attention to the conversation.
was not.
So no. So the thing is that it happens all the time. Parents get way too involved, and your kid suffers. I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand.
I don't think it's as big a deal as it's being played out to be. The only people who think it's a big deal are people in the media or people in production.
Or people that just don't say anything because they don't want to put any air to it. But there's a reason why Lonzo Ball, it's not the main reason, okay, that he wasn't as successful as people thought.
Look,
but it is the
it's
main
still,
reason.
It still allowed them to attract
Le-
LeBron James.
If LeVar
James wasn't like, well, I'm not going there because of LeVar Ball.
If LeVar Ball showed up to every game and did the Drake antics, I wouldn't be saying this. But him going to media, him going on Colin Cowherd, him going
But
on
he gets
First Take,
invited to Colin Cowherd. He gets
Okay.
invited to First Take.
say
because he
no.
gets clicks.
Yeah.
Say
so
no.
But what I love is the media is saying this guy's a problem. Hey, come on my show. Let me profit off you. That's okay.
Yeah.
But you can't profit.
But
off
if
the
you're
thing.
willing to do it, then fine. I agree with that. But for me, LeVar Ball as the person ruined any hope of development that Lonzo had this year.
I disagree. I think he improved immensely as a basketball player.
No way.
Absolutely.
How can you improve when you
But he
have
did
somebody that has
But
no idea what they're talking about?
Statistically, absolutely
Talking
improved.
about you. Imagine you're
But
at work.
statistically, he absolutely
Yeah, so
improved.
this is the best example.
Fine.
Imagine someone at work tells you this restaurant that just opened up because you work in the food industry is the best restaurant
That's
you're
why
ever
I'm
going to
fat.
go to. You're never going to find anything better. And you're like, okay, cool, let's go. And you go, and the food is, it's not that it's bad. The food's good and
I mean-
everything. But you're like, well, you know, like I've had better and
I
everything,
mean,
whatever.
we've both
But-
been to Park, so it's
but,
wrong.
Yeah, but every time you go back to talk to that guy, he's like, no, that place is the best. You have to go. Fuck everywhere else. You're never gonna enjoy it. And you're like, dude, I've been. It's okay. It's good, but it's not amazing.
Or-
this is the NBA version of that conversation.
Absolutely, I agree. Or
But the only
imagine
people
you
having
being a
this
chef.
conversation are people that don't actually matter. It's people who are on podcasts. It's people who are on
We-
ESPN or people who are.
We don't matter.
Correct.
But we don't matter. But as a human being, I don't see how this can have been any way had benefited Lonzo's career
But
in
don't
any
you
way.
think if it? Well, I don't think it hurt his career. In any way.
I don't think it hurt his career because you'll make more money. He'll whatever he's in the public eye. He has his own TV show, all that stuff. He's making more money. He's more successful in that regard. But on the court, which is what matters to him first, he could have been a lot better if he didn't. He
But-
could have been a lot better without the pressure from the media
But you're
that
saying-
was
what
begun
you're
by his
saying-
father.
What you're saying is a thing we can never verify would have been true if this didn't happen.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
We don't know if he could have been better. Maybe it would have been worse.
What I'm saying is that
Maybe it would have been exactly the same.
it
which is what I
passes
think.
it passes the eye test to me. I see LeVar
All
Ball.
eye test.
Yeah,
so
my
a thing
eye
that
test.
can't be measured.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
I see LeVar Ball for no reason talking to the media. He shouldn't be on First Take.
But then
he
don't
does not
invite him.
matter.
Don't invite him to first
So
take.
so my opinion is irrelevant. So is LeVar Ball's.
But so is first takes.
Exactly.
So then none of it matters. So
It
his
does-
dad can
it
do
does
whatever he
because
wants.
it doesn't matter what they're saying. The problem is people start judging Lonzo based on
Who are,
those
these,
conversations.
who are these people?
The media
Don't matter.
are-
Next.
we're having this conversation right now.
Don't
because
matter.
of
Next.
it.
No, but your success is based on the media can drive people's successes,
But doesn't have to.
but it does.
Because the years that
Just-
the years that LeBron was the villain who moved to Miami and people were burning his jerseys, he
No, but-
did not hurt
so
him at all.
LeBron's the best player in the world, probably best player of all time.
You
So
remember-
different beast.
You remember the first game he played, and he played like not a bad game, but he missed a bunch of shots and
Yeah.
everything. And he put
But
up,
he's
like,
not a
10
shooter.
point- I understand that, but my point was
You're not listening.
he was set up to like, oh, this is going to be the greatest draft that the Lakers ever made. He's going to change the team, and then he comes up and puts up like a very average first game, and everyone's like, oh, he's a bust.
Fire sale.
But he's
But
okay.
that
But like,
conversation would have
in
not
the NBA,
happened.
no team in the NBA thinks he's a bust. No other players think he's a bust.
I
So
agree.
therefore, it won't hurt his career.
I
So,
completely-
For example,
you know what did hurt his career? You know what did hurt his career? The fact that he's been doing all this, and then they had to bring in somebody like LeBron James because Lonzo Ball couldn't take control of his own household, let alone a fucking locker room.
Well,
so
but-
they had to bring in a guy like LeBron James.
But so what you're saying is, if Lonzo would have been amazing, they wouldn't have brought in LeBron James. We've been like, you know what,
yeah.
Bron, we don't need
Yes.
you. No, dude, that doesn't happen.
Yes.
It doesn't work.
No,
that
because
way.
you can build other ways around Lonzo Ball.
But you're also
But if you
saying
have the chance to get the best player in the world,
Obviously-
you get the best player in the world always.
Obviously, I don't know.
You keep
'cause none of us know.
saying that there's a loss of control within his household, but I haven't heard anything that tells me that he had lost control.
You know what tells me the loss of control? The fact that he had to take his kids out of school and go to Europe to play basketball to do nothing.
But we're not
Okay?
talking about Lonzo anymore. We're talking about the dad and the other kids.
I'm talking about LeVar
Right.
as person, what he's done to me. I
Listen,
think
I'm
that
not going to judge
he
his
has
parenting.
not.
That's not my business.
His parenting is he look. They all
Lonzo's
look like
very
good
much
kids.
separated from his father, though, and even now,
Now,
with this,
now.
especially with the scandal where he's missing millions of dollars
Yeah.
from Big Baller Brand, he's probably going to be more separated from it.
But that's not because of
Side
that's
note-
not because of LeVar. That's not
they got
LeVar's
screwed
fault.
over by a
Side
business
note,
partner.
apparently the Chicago Bulls are interested in trading for Lonzo, so
That's-
that might be a potential trade.
That'd
They
be
were not
amazing.
the only team.
That'd be nice.
That'd be amazing for him. But LeVar.
Kari Markkinen, you'd have.
Well, they'd have to give something up to get
Levine,
him.
You'd have Lonzo. Be awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, that's all they have. I don't know what else they have.
Yeah, they don't really have anything else. I like marketing, but no, he would do well in Chicago.
I think he'll do well anywhere he plays. I think
No,
he's a
because if he's
talented basketball
on
player.
if he's on LA, he's not playing.
he's going to play. He has been playing. He just got hurt.
No, he's not going to play. If they,
But
no,
he did play.
No, because LeBron's going to get other people.
Eagle, how many Eagle or Duke? How many minutes a game?
So
did he,
you're
did he
not
average?
listening to what I'm saying.
Mhm.
He did play, but he's not gonna play next year because LeBron's gonna bring in somebody else.
If that's the case, then he'll be the trading. piece
LeBron
to
has
bring
said that he
somebody in.
really does enjoy playing with Lonzo.
he has to say that. He has to. But if you're telling me if LeBron can bring in Kyrie Irving
Mhm.
and him start ahead of Lonzo Ball,
Yeah, but
you
then
think he's
Lonzo
not
will
gonna
be
do
part of the
that?
package they used to get Kyrie Irving.
Sure, maybe. No, Kyrie's a free agent.
Yeah, okay, but they still have to shed cap.
But how much does Lonzo Ball take?
Not much, but He'll be an
Anyway,
expendable piece.
all
or he'll
I'm
be-
saying is that
or he'll be a rotational player who's still going to get into court.
All I'm saying is that I wouldn't be surprised if Lonzo Ball had felt pressure because of what the media talks about him based on what his father talks about him. So
Fair.
Stephen
But
A.
if-
Smith wouldn't be talking about Lonzo Ball as much if LeVar Ball wasn't a loud asshole.
But if it truly bothered any of the balls, any of the kids,
yeah.
don't you think they would have stopped by now?
No, because they're a family and they're not gonna get in each other's way. But I'm sure. But he did take a back seat after a while, and I think that was because they said it that Lonzo Ball stepped away from his dad a bit because he wanted to just
Well,
focus
it's
on
part of
basketball.
but that's part of growing up in general.
Of course, yeah, he wanted to just focus on basketball. But there's proof that there was something there that he didn't want to be a part of anymore.
In the 17-18 season, he played on average 34.2 minutes a game. In the last year, he only did 30.3 minutes.
But he was
But
also
he
injured,
was also injured,
in
though.
and out of the lineup.
Exactly.
But
So-
that's not my argument. I know he played, so that's not what I'm saying. I like Lonzo Ball. I think he's a very good
So
player.
Terry thinks Lonzo Ball is a terrible player who never gone to court.
That's literally exactly the opposite of what I just
Deontay
said.
Wilder needed 2 minutes and 17 seconds of game time to knock the hell out of Dominic Brazil.
Brazil.
I can't pronounce his name.
Braz-
I've been trying
it's
for
Brazil.
2 days.
But the thing is, with the whole thing with this is that I don't think we spoke about this.
We did not.
That Deontay Wilder, what he said, his quote before the fight, he said,
he-
"I have the right to kill a
Yeah.
man
We get paid to kill a
legally
man.
if I choose to do so." No, that's just the score. Yeah.
Takes a good headshot, and he's been a stubborn guy.
How did you find it? I couldn't find the clip.
Well, you know, he's shaking his
YouTube.
head. He's getting hit
Oh
with
my God, this is
ground
bad.
right
I have the quote, by the way, if you want me to tell you.
We should have brought Shaq in for this.
Brazil comes back with a counter right hand and another right hand. Fierce
What about
exchange
Shaq
here
in
in round one.
Brazil from the
Has to
beginning
do
of the
with
fight
these
did not
big
look
guys.
prepared.
And
He
into
just
him
looked like he
Ryan,
was
he's
just out of
already
it.
Rado, man. You can't.
already in fuego.
You're going up against a guy who has
Action here
legit
with the first frame.
doesn't swing like a normal
Brazil
boxer.
survives
He swings
his
like
first taste of
sledgehammer.
adversity.
And his defense.
Oh, look at the knockout punch. You see right here.
I don't know much about fighting, but Brazil's kind of posture left a lot open.
He left a lot open, but he's more of a
having the character to throw with him.
like a boxer. Oh my god!
And he clipped him. It just clipped his mouth.
They are feeling it in Brazil. They are feeling it in Brazil. The cheesiest call, but the best call for the moment.
I don't even think he's Brazilian.
No, but his name is Brazil.
I know, but why
He's
would they
American,
feel-
isn't he?
Yeah, he's.
He fought for But that's the thing is, like,
He was an
he
Olympian.
he dominated Brazil, and Brazil was an Olympic boxer.
Well, so was Deontay.
I understand, but I'm saying these guys are equals. They're not like
Yeah. Also,
worlds
how
apart.
tough is Tyson Fury? Because that looked like he killed somebody. Tyson Fury took the same shot and got back up 9 seconds later.
How bad is Eagle's job? Who thought that you were queuing up a clip that wasn't the clip that he played?
That was it. That was good.
I know, but he was talking about something else. He was talking about
I have the quote, by the way. if
The
you guys
quote.
want.
Oh no, it's okay. I didn't expect him to do it. That's his
Deontay
job.
Wilder was saying, this is the only sport where you can kill a man and get paid for it at the same time, so why not use my right to do so?
Why not use my right to do
That's
so?
scary as
So
fuck.
he ate a lot of shit for that. Like Lennox Lewis is like, you cheapen your product, you cheapen the sport. I get it.
Cheapen
Lennox
your
Lewis
sport,
is the old
cheapen
man.
that sport of all things. Cheapen that
No,
sport.
but because you lose a little bit of respect. But it's just he always does these things. He always says, "I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him." He says it all the time.
Has anyone actually died in the ring?
Never died. Nobody's died in the ring
Shucks.
unless they've died. Like some people have died. Some people have died in MMA because of dehydration and fighting too soon after knockouts. Like one fighter, I forgot his name. It actually happened last year. He fought, got knocked out. Like a month later, fought again, but he has to cut weight, right? So he dehydrated a lot. He went to the hospital, problems, and died.
Well, they've also started to put in measures again, like help deal with.
Yeah. So the thing
dehydration.
about boxing is that, which is guys that won't get hurt as much, is because they don't dehydrate themselves as much as MMA fighters do.
Yeah.
There's more categories. You're fighting 5 pounds away, where MMA there's like a 15-pound difference.
So
sometimes.
apparently, until 1995, there was approximately 500 boxers that died in the ring as a result of boxing.
So
Since
we're
the
wrong.
Marquis of Queensberry rules were introduced in,
Oh,
19,
yes.
in 1884,
Yeah.
22 boxers died in 1953 alone. But that was before the modernization of
Yeah,
boxing.
exactly. Marquis Queensberry. I
One-
knew,
one day-
I've heard that name before.
One day, you're going to have to explain to us what the Marquis of Queensberry rules are.
Cool.
Yeah.
I knew what it is. I just forgot.
It's a
I
guide.
forgot-
It's a guide for cross dressing.
Yeah. Who is Marquis of Queensberry though?
I'm on it.
A cross dresser, a sexually liberated individual. So I watched this fight, Terry, and I was just amazed because again,
So did I. I just
he
saw it
didn't
now.
fight a scrub,
I just saw it now. No, Dominic Brazil's a good fighter, but he's like a second tier.
but he went down like man, like
Yeah,
he.
yeah.
So the thing is, what do you see the heavyweight division going at this point?
It's shit because Wilder now is gonna fight Ortiz again. He already beat Ortiz. He got knocked down by
They all
Ortiz.
have different promotion companies.
Well,
That
so
doesn't
here's,
help.
here's the
problem.
biggest thing is
That's the problem. It's too
is
many promotion.
Anthony Joshua was with the Zone.
The Zone. Yeah.
Tyson Fury is on ESPN, and he turned down both 100 million and 120 million from the Zone
Yeah.
to stay with ESPN. And Wilder's with Showtime. Now, Wilder and Anthony Joshua are not exclusive.
No, they can fight each other.
They can fight. So I think that may happen.
Yeah,
but
because
are we
the
gonna?
thing about the Zone, all it is a streaming service, and they can basically bring anybody in they want. They co-promote where ESPN won't.
Yeah. So that, I'm sure that the Zone being run by ex-ESPN chief John Skipper will not allow that. Like
Yeah, exactly.
ESPN won't partner with John Skipper. at this
So
point.
the ultimate fight for me is I want to see Wilder and Fury again. Wilder is going to fight Ortiz. I think it's already in the in talks.
yeah. Again.
And then Joshua, he's fighting some scrub this weekend. I think he's Povetkin. Give me that, Duke.
I believe so.
Who's he fighting this weekend? Anthony Joshua.
I'm on it.
I think he's fighting Povetkin.
Um,
And so Wilder needs to fight Fury. Winner of that needs to fight Joshua. That's pretty much what it is.
was this? Is
But
this
Ortiz
gonna
can
be?
beat Wilder, by the way.
Is this going to be the? Is this going to be like the Pacquiao situation, Pacquiao
Yeah.
Mayweather, where we're not going to see these guys fight in their prime?
I really hope not because they're all in their prime right now.
Yeah,
Because this should be
You're right.
like this should be
Povetkin, right? Povetkin's pretty
Yes.
sick. He's not bad. He's got a big hand.
because this should be the ultimate golden age of the heavyweight. Like the first time since like there was the Lee era, there was the Mike Tyson era, and like since then, since Mike Tyson
The
really.
heavyweight.
I mean, I guess Lennox Lewis a little bit.
Well, Klitschko, but Klitschko wasn't
Klitschko's
really fun to watch.
boring.
Yeah,
And
he's
let's face
boring.
it, look, and the real reason is,
He's white.
and not American,
He's
right?
white.
In North America,
Well, nobody knew who Klitschko was. Klitschko could have walked up and down the street in the
but
States
that's what I'm
and nobody would have
But
recognized
that's what I'm
him.
saying is, in North America, you're not going to become a star in a sport that is, while it's international, it's fairly populated by North American fans.
Yeah,
They don't get behind people who they consider foreigners.
that's true. And Klitschko, as smart as he is and
That
as
said, he's-
charismatic, as good looking as he was, he just was a boring fighter. It's not like he was knocking guys out every fight.
He also
And-
became the stepping stool for all these fighters.
Yeah,
They all beat him on their way to
Fury,
being.
Fury beat him, and so did Joshua.
Yeah.
That Joshua Klitschko fight was unreal. Fury.
That was a good fight.
The Fury fighting Klitschko was the first time I ever heard about Fury, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
It's an awesome name.
Yeah, Tyson Fury. He just outboxed the shit out of him, and then he sang that Armageddon song by whatchamacallit?
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith. He
Yeah.
sang it to his wife in the ring at the end.
Yeah,
It's
that's kind of
so
awesome.
fucking weird. His name's Tyson because his father said one day he's gonna be the heavyweight champion.
Right. And his name is Fury because he's
This
furious.
is just his last name, and he's a gypsy.
I made Terry furious this show so far. It's been great. When we come back, we'll get into rapid fire as well as some other shit that Duke has planned.
And you can subscribe. Yeah, you can always subscribe.
They get the shows, then they choose to listen to it or
Yeah, subscribe
not.
on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and then follow us at Hot Sauce Sports on every social media.
No one, you can't be oversubscribed because that's not a word.
Exactly. So
So-
subscribe just the right amount of time.
Be a word. Duke is going to, like the name suggests, rapidly fire some topics at us, and we'll react.
There's a wrestler that has a song called his theme song is called Glorious. Can you get it for me? I want to play it.
You got it, bud.
Next.
Can we not do that?
Glorious. It's amazing.
That's $1 Million Man, by the way.
It's not.
Great song ever.
Oh, I think it's his son that uses
A
it.
bear of a team.
Nope.
That's actually the first one.
No, we already spoke about that.
We did this again.
Hey guys, new
Did
format
you show?
this
Did you
week.
show the clip of the hit? Oh, you did. Okay, I didn't see
Cool.
it. That's fine. That was a fucking nasty hit.
Tainted Blood?
How did you do the same thing in 2 weeks in a
New
row?
format. New
Okay.
format. Tainted Blood.
Tainted Blood. This is where Yoel Romero wins $27.45 million from the whatever lab it was that said that he pissed out that he pissed steroids. He had to lose a lot of money.
Yeah,
from
he tested for ibutamorin, which apparently is a banned substance, and he got suspended for 2 years for that. And then
Yeah.
the sentence was
Well, he never served the 2 years. Yeah.
well. The thing is, it was then reduced to 6 months after they realized, oh no, you didn't know, and then there was something
it's not
wrong
your
with
fault,
there's something wrong with the sample.
Yeah.
So
it was time
even
served.
though we're wrong, we're gonna still suspend you for 6
No,
months.
it was time served.
Okay.
But still, they still owed him. So he sued them, won 27. I don't know if he's gonna get any of it. So, but he won the
He'll
case.
get a part of it.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you're
sure he'll
gonna
get
settle on something.
But anyway, it's good for him. It's good for MMA fighters, man. The guy, they they don't make as much money as boxers. It's good for him. He set up his family the rest of their lives.
Yeah,
he's
for sure.
he's one of the only guys that can go back and forth. From
Also,
Cuba.
maybe what we should do is start selling tainted supplements. That way they can
Yeah.
continuously win lawsuits.
Can we have a
Perfect.
logo on it?
Absolutely.
Okay, so condoms and tainted supplements.
I beat a hot sauce.
This is a thing.
Next up, recycled oil.
This is
Dave
Dave
Tippett.
Tippett. I was like, what? I even wrote this one.
Yeah.
Dave,
You even wrote the headline.
Dave Tippett signing with the Oilers. I think he's had like 4 winning seasons in his career, and it was all his early with
So,
the Dallas Stars.
I get it. I know where you're going with this, and I initially laughed too. I laughed a lot. Like, I love when the Oilers oil.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing. But then I was in the hot sauce studios today, the hot sauce offices today, talking to Christian Johnson Galvez, our NHL reporter,
Yes.
and we were watching the press conference, and a few things. First of all, a lot of the old guard got fired. Like Paul Coffey got fired.
Yeah.
They talked about Dave Tippett talked about his use of analytics. He wants to use in more information. He talked about being more aggressive. He's like defenders that just stay in their zones, have no business in the NHL anymore. So there's something interesting. I don't know if it'll work.
Yeah, no
I don't know if he'll get the support from management.
No business in the NHL, but yeah, you have guys like Parayko and Boymeester who shut down guys that are in the Stanley Cup Finals right now.
Listen, man.
Anyway.
I'm just saying.
He's
It
still
might
a
not
good-
be
he's still
the
a good
same old.
coach.
It might not be
Of
the
course, I
same
agree.
old Dave Tippett. It might not be the same old Oilers.
It's
I'm
not-
actually interested.
It's not the type of coach that got rehired. It's the coach that got rehired to me. It's the NHL. It's just like my article from like 4 months ago, whatever it was. The recycling
And it's still
bin of the
true as it was
NHL.
4 months
It's
ago.
true because they just bring the same guys over and over again. The guy hasn't had a winning season since like 2011. Never made a Stanley Cup final. And you expect him to go and develop a bunch of young guys. Maybe. I don't know. But he was a good coach at a time. And if he's progressed and if he's evolved, then I'm good with it. Perfect timing. Look at that.
Based on the random time that these segments are.
The Capitals go skiing.
Oh, this is a nice one.
You
You have the
got
picture
the
up
video?
there?
Or
The
is it video or picture?
I think it's a
It's
picture.
a picture. It's a picture.
So our boy, I know Duke's current favorite player after this picture, Kuznetsov, caught in a picture with a couple squiggly lines on the table, some devil's dandruff,
We'll call it white powder.
Some
It's
nose-
obviously cocaine.
some nose
It's obviously
candy.
coke.
Or maybe it's like protein powder and he sniffs it and it goes directly to
It
his
was-
nose.
Самая ситуация. Да нет, конечно, да.
Goddamn Russians.
Fucking athletes, huh?
Не, у нас никогда не
Be
меняется. Он, видишь,
better.
улыбается.
Well,
I
so
don't know, but I want to see.
Да.
Who's the dimey dime in the
Да,
back
на
there?
других
It's his
нет.
wife.
Yeah?
It's his wife.
Whatever, she's still hot. But
based on my limited understanding of the Russian language, I believe what he said is, "Yo, this coke is awesome." So the thing is, look,
I hope that
The
camera isn't
NHL
rolling because I want to sniff this
the
coke.
NHL CBA does allow for testing of recreational drugs, but does not allow for the suspension for
So
recreational drugs.
the thing about cocaine is that it's out of your system immediately. Like if you piss for it the next day, it's out of your system.
but
like,
also
you
he
can
can't be
test-
suspended for it.
You can test for it, but nothing happens.
Correct.
So then why test for it?
It was
So it's
just a
tarnish
bug-
your name.
No, not even. They can't release it. They can't release the information. Well, like he'll release it himself now, but
Yeah.
the teams can't actually. The NHL can release it to the teams, and the teams cannot release it to the public. It's one of the more interesting parts of the collective bargaining agreement in the NHL. Credit Christian Johnson Galvez, who
There
is
you
our
go.
NHL beat writer.
I am gonna jump in here and say, fuck the friend who leaked the goddamn video. Like, what an asshole.
It was an accident.
know,
maybe,
right?
maybe he had a
It's a
Snapchat
weird
live
thing.
on. He didn't realize.
Brings you to Vegas, gets the party. You have tons of cocaine, and I would imagine other wives and or hookers in the
he
room.
pulled a
And you
D'Angelo
leaked the
Russell.
video. Not a good friend.
So who's the capital that wants him traded?
Ovechkin.
Probably Tom Wilson. I hate him.
Yeah,
I love Thomas.
I know you do. He's
Oh,
a terrible
man,
person.
So
why
Tom
is he, why
Wilson
is he
leaked
such
it,
a bad
obviously.
person? Why?
Terrible
because
person.
he leaked
Why?
this video.
Because he's the one that leaked the video.
Oh, why is he? That's why he's a bad
Yes.
person. Oh,
Also,
okay.
I hate him because I'm a Penguins fan.
Okay, layers.
Breakfast of Champions.
I don't know what this one is.
Breakfast of Champions.
Tottenham against Liverpool.
Ooh, why Breakfast of Champions?
You wrote it, so you should tell us.
I don't know why I shouldn't wrote Breakfast of
Well,
Champions.
because we're like those games happen so early for us. It's during breakfast.
It's
I feel like
actually
at 2
it's actually
o'clock.
at 3 o'clock in the
3
afternoon.
o'clock.
But
Listen,
sure.
we all wake up at different times.
Why would I write Breakfast of Champions? Ego, maybe.
it's the Champions League
Yeah,
in the morning.
I get that, but it's not in the morning.
Stay
it's at 3.
off the weed.
Also, I wrote that. I
What
thought
time
the
do you
game was
wake
in the
up?
morning.
8.
Nah.
No, you don't.
That's right.
Define it.
My alarm's at 7. I snooze until 8.
But I'm employed and I don't wake up at that time.
But I know the reason why I wake up that early is because I'm not employed. Because if I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna wake
Also,
up at 12.
Eagle, you're the only guy I know that's employee that shows up at work at 11 o'clock.
Just
Don't tell me that.
There's two in this room.
And you can tell everybody to go
Both
fuck
of you.
off if they challenge you. You're the only person I know that can do that. So no, we're not done yet, man. We
okay,
didn't even
sorry.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Fuck. Liverpool versus Tottenham Champions League final this
Yes.
weekend.
You're a Liverpool fan.
I'm a big Liverpool fan. Should be fun. I don't know how I'm gonna watch it, but I'm gonna do my
With a
best.
lot of alcohol.
No, I'm actually working at a hockey tournament this weekend, so
Oh,
I'll have my laptop. I'll put it on the back.
that's what I'm saying. But
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
also drink alcohol. It's a
No,
hockey
no,
tournament.
kids tournament.
Oh, kids tournament. Oh, that's
Yeah.
the worst. Jesus, bad life
So I gotta put
decisions.
my beer in a Gatorade cup, like, and just sip that all
like
day.
a real adult.
Yeah, yeah. You know how many parents do that though? In the stands?
I'm sure most.
They have like a Gatorade cup and they're just like sipping slowly. I'm like, there's for sure vodka.
I'm sure most of them do.
Euroball.
I don't know what this is.
Five-star recruit
RJ
RJ
Hampton.
Hampton recruited
Yeah.
chooses to go to Europe over the NCAA. Look, if there's a chance you can get paid, why not get paid?
Yeah,
So
man.
his thing is like, I look. He actually said it. I look at Luka and I see how he developed so quickly. He's like, he's only a year older than me. He played with men. He's like, I want to go play with the men. College for me is just a waste of a year. I think you'll agree.
Yeah. Look, what's he going to learn in humanities classes? Get out there.
He's not gonna take classes.
Yeah,
Because
because he's going to be in Europe.
Yes, but even if
Drinking cheap ass booze.
you think Zion took classes, no, you registered for them.
Yeah.
You probably passed them. Never went to one.
Fair.
Never went to one.
Mike Krzyzewski's writing his exams. No,
So
the thing
good for
is-
him, man. Said fuck it, I'm gonna go to Europe.
Look, you know how I feel. You know, I find it ridiculous that coaches and schools make millions upon millions on the backs of free labor.
Yeah.
So all the power to him. Going to make money. He's his own brand. He can still be valuable playing in Europe. We live in a world that's shrinking where you can see people
He can
from
go-
a world away.
He can go to Spain. He can go to
No, but he's choosing to go to New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Yeah,
Whatever, fuck him.
it looks like he's
No,
going
but
to
if it's a big league, it's a big league. He can go to Lebanon. He can go to Spain. He can go to Israel. He can go to Lithuania. He can go to Slovenia. All these fucking countries have good
And you know
leagues.
what? You can submit
Even Greece.
You can submit your own highlight reel. You're playing against pro athletes.
You can
You're
enter the
playing-
draft.
And that's what I'm saying. And again, Luka Doncic, he is sharpening his skills playing against pro
Man.
basketball players. It's not the same as playing against scrubs and the Vermont Catamounts.
Best
So-
move LeVar Ball ever did.
Also, in Europe,
Parent of the year.
in Europe, the average salary is much higher than even the D League.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, of
between
course.
60,000 to 100,000 a year.
Yeah.
So why not? Go for it.
Well, it
You
depends.
you can live a very comfortable life playing in your entire career in Europe.
If I'm making 100,000 euros a year and I'm playing in Athens, or I'm playing in Italy, or I'm playing in fucking England, in London, fucking right, man. Why not?
Absolutely.
If I'm living in Sevilla, making 100,000 euros a year, fucking right,
Yes.
man.
It'd be awesome.
With sponsorship
That'd be
deals,
amazing. Absolutely amazing. Why not?
bonuses,
Beautiful place.
my fat cock.
Either that or what? Living in
Small.
Kentucky?
I mean, what's wrong?
Come on.
What are you saying?
Yo,
What are you saying about
the
Kentucky?
delicious black barbecue sauce in
Okay,
Kentucky,
next.
man?
Next.
That's all we
That's
got
it?
for rapid fire. But it is time for Truth or Poblano.
that what it is?
Duke is going to give us some facts about.
Richie Incognito.
Some of them are facts. Some of them are made up.
All right.
We are wagering hot sauce
So, Richie
on the
Incognito?
line. We're going to see how much of this crazy shit's real, how much of it
Why-
is Poblano.
Why is Richie Incognito relevant, though?
Because he just got signed by the Raiders.
You're shit-ass Raiders. That's right.
I can't wait, bud. I can't wait. It's going to be a crazy season.
and we can't wait for you to
Hey.
give us these facts.
In Madden, he was still rated like 80. So Gruden obviously plays Madden. Gruden's cool.
yeah.
All right, boys. I'm going to give up some situations. You tell me if it's true or false.
Sure.
Okay. Number one. Richie Incognito was arrested for threatening to shoot up a funeral home.
It is true, and it was his father's funeral.
He also threatened to chop off his father's head.
Are
And
you-
had
you going
5
truth
guns
or
in the
Poblano?
car.
I'm going to say truth, yeah.
Is
this true?
Because I had too much detail?
Yeah. Way too much detail.
Yeah, it is true. It is true.
He threatened to cut off his own father's head at his funeral?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we need intervention.
Football
Intervene.
does some weird stuff to the brain, man.
Next
Wasn't
up.
there a movie about this?
I'd like to
Next up.
think he was preventing the zombie apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
Concussio.
Next up. Richie Incognito was arrested and booked for misdemeanor battery after clubbing a woman in an Italian sausage costume.
I'm gonna say false on this one.
I
Because
would
I
also-
don't think he can fit into this.
I would also say false. That's a good one, though. I almost said yes.
The truth
all
is,
this crazy
it was
enough.
actually Randall Simon, and it was called Sausage Gate, and he was fined $425.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
Sausage Gate.
Sausage Gate.
Next up, boys.
I'd love to go to the sausage gate. with you, Jerry.
Richie Incognito was accused of molesting a golf tournament volunteer with a golf club.
Yes, that's truth. I know the story.
I'm gonna go true as well. Yeah.
This was in fact with the Dolphins.
Yep.
Nothing
I was
happened.
gonna say that
He molested a girl with a golf club.
Yes,
best-
and
the-
was not arrested.
the best part of this is that
Fuck, man.
so many of these happened in Miami that Richie Incognito is basically Florida man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Remember that? That
He
article
is
you
the
saw?
actual Florida man.
He's the guy that ate everybody.
Yeah.
Number
go.
3. Richie Incognito threw a gym weight at another gym
Yeah, that's
patron
true.
and told him to get off my fucking playground.
That's true.
That one is true.
He launched on a 100-pound dumbbell.
Yeah.
Steroids are a thing.
He also he also forced a those sheds,
Yeah.
those movable sheds. He just forced them to somebody.
He also destroyed a boxing mannequin by like kneeing the head off of it.
He's a fucking strong guy.
Yeah, he's super strong.
Number 4. Richie Incognito was found naked in a New Mexico home. The family walked in on him right after attending a church service.
I'm gonna say truth.
I would just say false. That's too crazy. That can't be true.
Ah.
There we go. Yes. Peace gets the lead.
Wouldn't
This
it,
was-
wouldn't it be good if it was true? Though?
This
That
was
would be-
actually, it was a true story, but it was for Texas Tech's running back Ronnie Daniels.
Oh, Ronnie Daniels. Wow, legend.
The last one, boys. This one's for all the marbles.
They do call him Ronnie the Home Invader.
I love that when they do this in game shows. Like you do like 4 rounds, and then the last question is like, "This is for everything." So the first 4
Why don't
rounds
you
meant,
just ask the last question.
meant nothing.
All right, this one's for all the bacon, boys.
All the bacon. I thought, what about the marbles?
Richie Incognito's favorite meal is a bacon and cheese omelet with a side of pancakes and a bagel.
Okay, I mean it's too small. I'm gonna say false.
I'll say true.
It's true, and it's
Yes!
at Marina Deli in Fort Lauderdale, which I'm going to go to because that sounds delicious.
What's it called? Marina Deli.
Marina Deli.
Yeah.
Well, you can probably just get that over here at Al's.
Or Miami Deli.
Miami
Sherbrooke.
Deli on Sherbrooke. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We should go there. I haven't been on years.
He's a
Yeah,
good
Miami
guard,
Deli.
though.
Be
Like,
fun.
he's a good guard. He's just crazy.
He's a very good player.
Well, I mean,
He's a
but
good
he's
player.
going to be suspended.
But
for
he
it.
shouldn't be in the league.
He also thought.
Montez Perfect, Antonio Brown, Richie Incognito.
And Gruda, and they got rid of Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, what the most interesting part of that you didn't even mention. The reason that he threw the barbell at someone is because the guy had all the secret codes, and he knew because he was cleared level 3 security secret agent.
Yes.
That was the best part of this
Yeah,
story for me. You've been Terry Tam. I've been Pease.
I try.
You've been Eagle. You've been Duke. And this has been Hot Sauce Sports. You've been listening to Hot Sauce Sports.